Ireland and France may have lost on match day 1, but they scored fine wins last time. Ireland clocking up a record points tally of 63 against Italy, and France grinding out a 6-point victory at home to Scotland. Johnny Sexton returned from injury for Joe Schmidt's men. Rory Best and Jack McGrath also back in the starting 15. Rabah Slimani, Bernard Leroux and Juan Huget came into the French lineup. Joe Schmidt's men came into the game undefeated in their last 9 home matches, but France got the first points of the game. Camille Lopez landing a penalty for a 3-0 lead for the visitors. The Irish were finding it hard to create clear-cut chances in the opening phase, and it was France who again looked dangerous when playing with an advantage. Lopez kicked wide, and with Ireland stretched, Lamerat ran over for what looked like the first try of the game. Referee Nigel Owens called on the TMO to check for a knock-on in the build-up, and it was deemed that Gael Fickou had knocked it on before Lamerat went over.
No try!
It came back for the original French penalty, and Lopez once again slotted it over for a 6-0 midway through the first half. Ireland were looking for back-to-back home wins against France for the first time in 14 years, and it took 28 minutes before we saw some magic from the Irish back line. Sexton with a delightful break. His chip ahead caused havoc, but Nakaitaci touched it down before Keith Earls could get to it. 2 scrums later, and Ireland finally got their first score of the match. Henshaw was held up short of the line, but he had Conor Murray in support, and the scrum half forced his way over for the opening try of the match. France may feel a little hard done by, having dominated the opening period of the game, but when Sexton converted, Ireland were in front for the first time, 7 points to 6, and that's how it stayed until the break. 5 minutes after half-time, Ireland moved 4 points ahead, and French indiscipline in front of the posts resulted in a penalty. Serran penalised for impeding Murray. Sexton could hardly miss from there, and his kick moved Ireland 10-6 ahead. As conditions worsened, so did France's hopes of a win. 10 minutes into the second half, Ireland made it 13 points to 6. The Irish were playing with a penalty advantage, which allowed Sexton to chance a drop goal attempt, and his kick sailed between the posts. An intelligent score from the Irish out half. He was showing no ill effects of his recent calf injury, and you could see how pleased he was with the outcome. Despite the greasy ball, both teams were showing some immaculate handling skills. Ireland down the left-hand side with Sexton, Zebo, Murray, Heaslip and Donnacha Ryan all involved before the move was eventually halted. And when Spedding broke from deep inside his own 22, alarm bells were ringing in the Irish defence. The French playing the natural running game that they've been so famous for down through the years. Great for the fans to enjoy. And when they forced the turnover, Les Bleus passed the ball with some swagger. But unfortunately for Guy Novet's side, there was no end product on the scoreboard. But signs of how dangerous they could be on the counter-attack. 7 minutes from time, France were awarded a penalty and Devin Toner blocked the incoming Le Devedec. The decision was made to kick for the posts and to reduce the margin to 7. And that's exactly what Lopez did with another well-struck effort. Ireland 16-9 ahead and an exciting closing few minutes to come. However, a couple of minutes later, any Irish nerves were calmed and France were penalised on their own 22. Paddy Jackson, who'd replaced Sexton, slotted the kick between the posts to restore Ireland's 10-point advantage. There would be no comeback for the French from that. As the final whistle blew, Ireland, with 2 wins from 3, could look forward to a big game in Cardiff against Wales next time out. The second defeat on the road for France has all but ended their hopes of winning the championship. At the Aviva Stadium, it finished Ireland 19, France 9.